And in essence, I want to ask you, what is the biggest piece of advice you'd give your past self in order to solve your current biggest weakness?
I think it's a mix of community or community understanding or customer. You know, you would want the borders between customer and community to not really exist, right? You know, the community should be the employees in the office. You know, you're a part of the community yourself. The community should be the end consumer, whether that is a wholesale or a direct to consumer. It should be the store personnel in a store, whether that is a wholesaler or your own retailer. I think if looking back, I would have loved to work more with understanding and embracing everyone, that actually every single kind of touch point or person at a touch point of the company, and, you know, be more engaged with them. I think I have spent maybe too many hours in front of the computer myself, you know, in an office. And that might be really great if you're going to build the PayPal or something, you know, and you want to sleep under your desk and then program all day long. But if you are in fashion, if you are in any brand or any, you know, if you are basically selling emotions or feelings, I think I would have liked to understand earlier on that what people remember is the feeling that they're left with. And that can be a trip to the cinema and a restaurant, you know, unwrapping a Christmas present, or it could be anything, opening a box from your web shop order, right? I think I would have liked to kind of work more with the kind of community part of the business earlier on. Sure, it's something everyone talks more and more about, of course. So it's a natural thing that everyone, but it's yeah, you know,
Amazing.
everything. Yeah,
That's an amazing piece of advice. Yeah. I've made that mistake way more than I wanted to as well. And that essentially narrows down to people think that entrepreneurship is about staying in your house or staying in your office, but life and real business is happening outside in the world, and you need to go out there and live it and explore it and figure it out.
Exactly. It's, you know, you have people that would say, yeah, but why do I need to go why do I need to go anywhere? You know, it's like, you know, I have access to everything here. And it's not that I underestimate the, you know, interaction online. That's not what I'm talking about here, because a lot of it is also online. I'm just saying that whatever channel, whether it's face to face or through email, or I think just basically more interaction, I would have loved to work more with earlier. We worked very little with that in our first brand, actually.
Of course. It's a very long-term decision, so it's difficult to make those decisions early on. You just don't know any better. You're just focusing on the next transaction that's gonna cover costs, you know.
Exactly.
Wow.
I think so. So if you want to kind of like, if you want to make it very tangible or very like business, I would say focus less on short term, more on long term, because that is what community building is, right? Relationship building. It is long term, where these other ones are more, like you just said yourself, it's more transactional based business. And yeah, sure, there has to be transactions, but you basically want to have it.
Transactions need to evolve into relationships.
Absolutely. I think that is something we're doing a lot now, but I would have loved to apply that earlier if I
Wow.
I think we did it early on, sometimes at the factory, which, looking back at it, surprises me a little that we were so kind of black and white on that. Was that we basically made a rule internally at the factory saying we do not work with people we do not like, and it doesn't matter how much money they bring.
That's a great rule for life.
Exactly. It's like the CEO at the factory in Portugal. Um, a great guy that I've known, basically for, I don't know, 15 years now. He's he he started in the beginning. He started to complain like, do we need this client? We just sat down, had a beer, and said, well, this is supposed to be fun, right? Let's not work with people we don't like. And we basically just let huge clients go. And I think that kind of made us, of course, we were in a fortunate position that kind of to make that happen. But, we don't know how it would have went if we had taken those clients and kept with those clients. Maybe we would not have had a loyal relationship with them, and then they would have left us somehow, and we would have lost more money, right?
Yeah.
So it's tricky. You don't ever know, but at least it's been more fun.
It's been more fun than difficult. That's that's always what it's all. Every time I sit down with a successful entrepreneur, that's essentially always the concluding answer is everything is difficult. Sometimes you go through long periods where you think everything is difficult, but when you look at it over long periods of time, everything was a little bit more fun than it was difficult. And that's why I've been successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely.
Amazing, Till. Well, that will unfortunately that will conclude the episode. Hopefully we could continue our conversation sometime. Again, these conversations are long overdue. I think people need to start listening to them a lot more often than they should. And yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking the time and actually doing this. It means a lot.
Been a huge pleasure. Actually, we never spoke before, but it's time just went past really fast.
It went past very
it's been amazing. Yeah.
That's what happens with the conversations. I think people need more of this overall. But yeah, let's leave it at that because again, I tend to talk a lot. And yeah, I appreciate it too.